Alright, so I'll start this recap streak starting today. So let's just go over price action. We'll just discuss what setups there was, and also what I took or hindsight. Let's just see. So, first of all, we've ran up quite far over the past few months, weeks, whatever, and then now we built this range, right? Finally a balance. And if we draw a volume profile over that range, what we can see is this balanced area right here. Okay, so going into today's open, we opened right here. What I cannot see and what I will cancel is longs anywhere in here. Okay, this is a balance. If we are approaching this balance and accepting this balance from above, we are trading into this balance, accepting this balance, then I am expecting a rotation from value area high to value area low. I cannot be long anywhere in here. This is complete dog shit. That's just really important to remember because that is one of my most important rules. So what I was looking at is, I marked out that zone because it is a low volume zone above that balance. Just had to be marked out because any long ideas below that until value area low are invalid, and shorts in there are obviously possible. So let's look into other charts. Let's look at ES. I mainly trade ES because I'm an order flow trader, and order flow is a lot easier and simpler on ES because there's more liquidity in ES. So yeah, what did I see here? I marked out that big volume zone. We had a lot of volume traded yesterday, especially right here. And yeah, I just marked that as a target because I saw exhaustion. I saw the price where it was climbing up but didn't really get anything, so that was my main target from that fake move that I wanted to see in burst. I've marked out that line because it is the end of this balance, so it is really important. We have a lot less liquidity above there, so I'm expecting a return to this balance. This was dominated by buyers. Also something I like to look at, especially above here, because as I said multiple times, my vision going into the day was to short this move above here if I see buyers getting exhausted and sellers stepping in. So what we can see here is this new week opening gap ranging from here all the way up here, and this matches with this low volume area basically above this balance. So yeah, that was what I was looking at. Since NQ was a lot more bearish, I didn't really think the long case was a realistic case. So that's why I was looking for a reversal trade here that I also got. Looking at it more clear in the lower picture, here we have daily volume profiles, volume profile for every day, including ETH, not just regular trading hours. And this is, I think, a 2-week. Yeah, I reduced it to a 2-week volume profile, and this is where I got my zones, right? This was the low volume area I was talking about in this new week opening gap above this volume distribution that I wanted to see again. And there are no levels in here anywhere. This was the only level I could find. Ignore this profile, please. This is from today. I always look at the profiles of recent days, not the day that is trading, or not as levels at least. So what we see here is that this was actually the end of this clean distribution. That volume was added today, so there was a clear level that I had to watch as a target coming down here, shorting from here. So that was something I watched, and because there was no level, something I would expect a reaction was this point of control area actually, just because this is really discretionary. I don't really recommend trading from point of controls if you're starting, because it is a lot harder to not get caught in chop. You see, this actually reacts really nice right now. Trump said something, I think, but yeah. Besides that, let's look what I saw here and why I shorted. If we are going into this lower time frame, yeah, coming up here, market opened right here, 9:30, and we were up here already. This was the last high before the gap. This is the high of the gap. Here we saw the buyers that we expected to stepping in, and here we saw more buyers and more buyers, and they got respected, but the speed was declining, and the reaction was smaller and smaller, working our way up here. You can see this at the footprint chart. Wait, yeah, here's the footprint chart. You can see that we are going up. We have buyers coming in everywhere here. Unfinished auction, unfinished auction, unfinished auction, and then we get this last push after losing momentum. We create a lot of buying imbalances. Then we get strong buyers up here that do not get a reaction, they get absorbed. So I am seeing these limits and how they are hitting into these limits or lifting into these limits, but the limits are stronger. So no reaction from them. Then this last push above, finished auction, and then we get this quick push. I like when I see the speed turning into my favor. So we get blocked here from the limits, but then we get a flush through these imbalances, except this balanced area. And actually, this is where I got short in this candle. Usually I would get short like up here, but yeah, I was a bit late today, but better than missing the move. And then I got the short. Maybe this is an account with what it, yeah, okay, actually this candle, that is pretty late for me, but yeah. So this is where I got short, and then I held this move. That was the target actually. That was the end of this balance before that I showed you, and I got some break even because I was basically gambling that it didn't revisit this before going to the target and through the range, but yeah, happens. Was 50-50 basically. So that was a nice reaction again at the other level I showed you, and yeah, that's basically it for the day. Now I will show you where NQ reacted. Also not a bad zone. That was the low volume node I was talking about. Here's the rotation. Here's the divergence with ES. So this is actually a nice zone. We can see that there's this volume decline, and looking at these profiles in here, excess at the top, this is today's, ignore this, then we can see that this was a nice zone. Didn't take it, but yeah, would have been a good possibility. So that's it for today. Let's see you tomorrow.